I was damn near willing to just let him talk to me crazy because that shit was out of this world. Like, yes, daddy, yes, okay. Like, I was literally willing to ruin my career. If this ever came out, who it was, you would be like, bitch, do you know what Google says? Yes, I do. I was damn near willing to just let him talk to me crazy because that shit was out of this world. Like, yes, daddy, yes, okay. Like, I was literally willing to ruin my career. If this
It's
ever
playing
came
again.
out,
Oh, it is? Okay,
would be
okay.
like,
Girl,
Hey.
what?
Hey,
Girl,
hey, hey.
listen. Ari told the truth, didn't she? We all been there and done that.
I was just about to say, been there, done that.
Facts. And I'm like,
What would you,
listen.
so I call that dickmatized.
Is that what we calling it these days? Dickmatized? We calling
Yeah,
it.
that's definitely called dickmatized when you know better. You know what I'm saying? But you can't help yourself. You literally cannot help yourself.
So, have you talked to the Lord?
I've definitely talked to the Lord.
You talked to the
Pleaded
Lord?
with the Lord. Like, please, Lord, help a sister out.
Okay.
Help me out of this crazy ass situation. This situation I know I ain't got no business in. This situation that ain't no good for me other than this toxic dick.
So, so how's it toxic though? Why you call it toxic? Is the dick is amazing, but
It is.
the guy is like really not good for you?
Correct. And the situation itself is like maybe volatile. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like y'all fight all the time. Maybe it's a situationship where that ain't even really your man.
Right.
You know, there's another man involved or another woman involved or, you know, it's toxic.
So when the last time you been dickmatized?
What? What you say?
Did I start?
I ain't hear you. What?
Ma'am, when is the last time you been dickmatized? Go ahead and drink your wine, gather your thoughts.
So, welcome to Let's Keep It 100. This is a bonus episode. This is a bonus episode that we wanted to give you guys.
Oh God, I love it. Come on, segue.
I will not comment on the last time. I will say I have been there. Done that, did everything I could to get out of it because it's not to fuck your life up.
Yeah,
Really fuck your life up.
I don't remember, to be honest with you. I don't remember. I'm really thinking about it. I'm thinking about the penises.
Okay.
I'm a pass. We just gonna pass because I right now I can't think of it. No, we good.
Okay, we good. Y'all know what we talking about. Yeah. Y'all been there before. It happens.
It happens. If y'all been there before, you want to tell your story, email it to letskeepit100live@gmail.com or leave comments on Twitter, Periscope, wherever you watching. Shout out to you guys out there. And like Nicole said, we bringing you guys a bonus episode tonight. Yeah. So what's the episode going to be about?
So this is a bonus episode, guys. I don't know if you guys have. I'm a little bit late with it, but over the weekend I watched Hopelessly in Love. It's a series on Lifetime, and the one that I watched was the one with Lopez and her fiance. I want to say fiance, Andre Rison. Come
on, bring it.
When I tell you this is the perfect song.
She opened up the door and let me in. Never do she want shit. Where have you been now? She said, are you hungry? Are you hungry, honey? Did you eat? Yes. Let me hang up your coat, your coat, your coat. And the woman tells me, pass me your hat too. All the time she smiles, never raises her funds. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Between love and hate, yeah. It's a sweet love and had to get that to y'all. Listen.
3R Show said, "Did you eat yet?"
Hello.
She had a trick for his ass.
Shit. All right. I know that's
so
right.
another been there, done that, right? Thin line between love and hate. You know what that feels like. You could be in love with a person, but you know y'all it's tumultuous. You know what I mean? And y'all at a time right now where shit is going crazy, or there's like too much passion, or like I said before with the situationship, it's just like real volatile. Let me say hi to real quick to people that are popping in. Hey y'all, my sister Andrew Vaughn from DC.
Hey.
How you doing? I love TLC too. Their story was outside of like what we're talking about today. Their story was crazy, amazing. 3R Show, like I said, is tuned in. What's up? Black Ice, what's good? Thanks for tuning in.
What's up?
So we just wanted to come on and do a quick review. Over the weekend, I watched it and I learned a few things that, you know, I was very familiar. Well, I was familiar with the story between Left Eye and Andre, but there was still things that I learned that I didn't know. And you know, Jackie, when we talked about it, we said like it was so good. You know what I mean? So I just want to do a quick review. So tell me, you know, just from like back in the day when things were really happening, what did you know about the story?
The only thing I knew, honestly, that their relationship was volatile. That's what I heard about the most. I never heard about the tender loving care, you know, side of it, you know, and I always heard about they was on again, off again, on again, off again. And I did not have no clue about all the other stuff in between.
Right.
I ain't gonna talk about it. We're gonna get there. So that's what I know of their relationship. But then when she passed away, you know, it affected him deeply.
Right. So for me, pretty much the same. I obviously knew that they were in a relationship. I knew that they were in a relationship for a while, actually. But I always got the picture that like she was like the crazy one and kind of, you know, it's like from what I remember, like back in the day, like I don't remember hearing his side of the story, like at all. Like I don't remember hearing from him at all. You know what I mean? It was always people talking about her and like what she did and, you know, how crazy and stuff she was. So one of the things that I appreciated the most was hearing from him and hearing his side of the story.
And him being so honest with it too. I felt like he was being very truthful.
Right.
Because everything that he talked about, it didn't put him in a good light. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I felt like.
So let's get right into it.
Yeah.
So let's get right into it. So they start off giving us a view into both their childhoods. And Lisa, or Left Eye, grew up in Philly. And, you know, they were saying she's like an army brat. Her dad was in the military and gave us an idea. Her mom was telling us, you know, what her upbringing was like and how they moved around a lot because dad was in the military. So basically who's narrating is like her mom, her sister, Andre, and Andre's sister, and then also Andre's mom. For the most part, they're the ones giving a version of, you know, everything that happened. So the mom is telling us, you know, what it was like for them growing up, moving around, what it was once they finally like moved to Philly and kind of settled there or whatever. And the sister is also giving her version of what their childhood was like. And from what they're both telling us, it was pretty hectic. It's pretty hectic because the dad, was basically being, as the sister said, a drill sergeant at home.
Right.
And, the mother and the dad had, some marital issues and also domestic issues, domestic violence or whatever. So her upbringing, her childhood, it was volatile. It was volatile to say the least.
Yeah. I want to say there were some similarities, in their upbringing, and then especially with their relationship with their fathers. I don't think either one of them had the best relationships with their dads, and I think that's something that they had in common that drew them even, closer together.
Yeah, so then after we hear Left Eye's story, then they start telling Andre's story. And Andre, I forget what they say he grew up in.
Detroit, right?
Was it Detroit?
I think it's Detroit.
It might have been Detroit. Okay, so he grew up in Detroit. In the beginning, his parents were together. From what I remember, he said that they separated, and then his father ended up getting shot or killed or something like that. And I want to say he was pretty young still when it happened. Or a teenager, something like that. So basically, for the most part, he ended up growing up without his father as well.
Nah, Left Eye's dad ended up getting shot. Andre's father, he died from being sick. Now, because remember when they first...
Oh, okay. I'm getting it twisted? Okay.
Remember when they first introduced him? I guess he was military and he got wounded and stuff like that. Yeah. So he healed.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I totally mixed some stories up.
He healed from that, but... he died from illness, and then Left Eye's dad died the same day she signed with was it Pebbles LaFace Records or whatever?
LaFace, yep. You're 100% right. I got the stories mixed up.
Yeah, his cousin killed him.
So then, once they, both moved to Atlanta, so things changed, their situation or whatever. They both ended up being in Atlanta. Left Eye was at the beginning of the start of TLC and all of that. And Andre had just got signed. They ended up meeting each other and, started their relationship. And one of the things that she said is that they kind of formed a bond over the fact that, they had similar upbringings.
But like that. Who was he with when he met her? Ma'am. Who was she with? Listen, you know what? The dopest thing I thought was he said she came home with him that night and she never left.
They met. What did he say? I think he said they met in the club.
Yeah, met at the club.
Okay, so they met in the club. They have mutual friends.
Yeah, they have mutual friends.
One of the mutual friend was Tupac,
a fellow Gemini.
So let me say this before we go any further. I understand and I appreciate these stories being told. What's up, Tech?
Hey, Tech.
Thanks for tuning in. I understand and I appreciate that, there's a need for these stories to be told. But it bothers me a lot it also bothers me when stories are being told and a person is not there to give their side or to defend themselves, right? And I just feel like it bothers me. It bothers me because we don't know, like, this is somebody else's version of this.
Yes.
And we don't know how, Tupac is not here anymore, Left Eye is not here anymore. And you're both telling me that he was your friend and this happened and that happened. So I just wanted to put that out there. That yes, I understand that these stories need to be told.
Yes.
But it bothers me that you're talking and you're telling me like this is like it's fact. But I don't know that. This is just your version of what happened.
I mean, but everybody talking had a similar story. Even Andre confirmed their friendship. But he just didn't believe it was just a straight up friendship. He thought it was more. But everybody on Lisa's camp always said they was just good friends. They never had no sexual contact. It was all they kept saying was she loved Andre, but Tupac was her soulmate. I never heard that.
Me either. So for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, before Lisa moved in with Andre, Andre is telling us that Tupac was his friend. And he and Tupac spent time together. So much so that he was like at his house. They used to go out clubbing, studio, whatever the case may be. Like they were friends. That's his version of it. And one night, I guess I don't know if he was with him or not the night that he met Lisa. I'm not sure, but whatever the case may be, he met her in the club, whatever, and love at first sight, because as he tells us, she came home with him that night or whatever, and she never left.
Talking about she left to go get her stuff and came right back.
Came right back and like never left. So right then and there, that's like red flags as far as like her state of mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your state of mind that you could just meet somebody and just commit like that? You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just living together, but living together is a commitment. You know what I'm saying?
But her relationship with her dad wasn't the best, and I think that ties in with it too.
So she had left her home. Like with her mom and stuff, to go to Atlanta. And from what her mom is telling us, she didn't really have anything set up there. She just went down there on a hope and a prayer. Ended up doing some gigs or whatever. Got introduced to the right people, obviously. And ended up, next thing she know, being in TLC. And then we hear again that at the time that all this stuff was going on with her in the group, was the beginning of the relationship with her and Andre, and how they didn't have no money, but they were touring, and Andre just got signed to the NFL, so he was going his lot as well. So that was a lot of pressure on their relationship. And don't forget that they were very young, right, early 20s. So then they go into that a little bit more, how their relationship was, they had a little bit of drama for the simple fact that they both were stars. The NFL star. She is in TLC, like one of the biggest groups, ever. You know what I'm saying? And even though we know the backstory to that, they weren't really making no money, she was still huge. Like TLC was huge. You know what I'm saying? So of course, with that comes the normal drama of being away from your partner, other women.
I don't want to say insecurities or whatever, but yeah, it was clearly stated they had conditions with each other. Like he said, if there was men in the house, she needed to stay in the room. She had to keep them socks on her feet because there was some kind of special tattoo she had on her foot or whatever. She was like, okay, if there's women in the house, you can't be walking around without a t-shirt on. So I don't know what that means, but I guess it worked for them. So
yeah. So one of the things that we find out is like his house was like the house to be. It was like the party house. So there were people there all the time. Not only that, but once he bought the house, his mom and his sister, I think, moved into the house there with him. So let's talk about his sister real quick. So his sister is also one of the ones that is narrating this whole story. She's giving her version of, other things that happened. And, pretty believable because one, she's his sister too. She actually lived in the house there with them. But the sister, she struck me not in a good way from the jump, right? Because she had, like, it's been years. I can't remember how many years it's been since, like 10 or more, since Left Eye has been dead.
Long time.
It's been a long
At least
time,
a decade,
right?
yeah.
She's still telling the story like she's pissed off at her at something that she did last week. Like she's telling the story like just last week, Left Eye did something to her that pissed her off. Like
she got those emotions.
Is harboring whatever ill will that she had for her. She still has it, and so you're getting the story from somebody that is still angry. Very, very angry. And to me, she's angry because she felt like she was not good enough for her brother.
Yeah, or not that she wasn't good enough, just the fact that maybe she felt like she was becoming more obsolete in her brother's life. You see what I'm saying? Because they super tight. She said that when their father died, Andre became her father. So what you see is a woman coming in and you're being moved over to the side a little bit more. But you know what got my goat with her? When she was out there talking about, she went to go see some kind of whatever lady, and she was saying, she doing voodoo on your brother. Look, This is what you look for. This is how you gonna know she doing the voodoo. Come on. You just so happen to find this bag with an eye on it. You found what you wanted to find. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Just because whatever an alleged comb was in a bag, then she gonna say, "What you doing with my comb? You had a ponytail or a pigtail." Right, girl. What was the point? But what I'm saying is sometimes people's imaginations in their heads trick them. And I felt like
Yeah.
she just wanted something so terrible on Left Eye to say to her brother and the rest of the family to go against her that she really forced herself to believe that this is what it is and I found it and you got a spell on my brother. Like,
Yeah.
whatever. Come on.
So, I appreciated the fact that, even when they talked to him, he said that, you know what, he gave us the impression that he also felt like his sister was just jealous,
Mm-hmm.
just jealous of the fact that she was now in his life and an important person in his life. You know what I mean? Like she just wasn't like no side or somebody that he didn't care about or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we said, she moved into the house.
Mm-hmm.
So she was there, and maybe because it happened so soon,
So
he
quick.
felt threatened like that. Yeah, and I mean, if it was my brother, I would feel not jealous, but I would feel like
Concern.
worrisome. Like, hey, what concern? Yeah, like what's going on? You know what I mean? Why does this person want to be around you? Why was she so quick to just move in here like this?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like what's her background? This, that.
Listen. And then as the story goes along, we find out that's her MO. I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep it a buck.
yeah, it was. So she did have a reason to be concerned.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that she definitely had a reason to be concerned. I just think that she didn't really give her a chance
Mm-hmm.
from the beginning. Like from the beginning, she was like very suspicious of her,
Mm-hmm.
very jealous of their relationship. And from what other people were saying, she did certain things to her to
Yeah.
make her feel like not welcome in the house and stuff like that. I mean, I think
Mm-hmm.
even Andre said that. Like the sister was like
Like,
kind of tripping.
why would you bring the ex though?
Mm.
Like when she told that version of the story, like she told her like, oh, she had legitimate reason for her to be there. It was okay for her to be there. We always have parties and kickbacks and people come in and out, whatever, whatever. But for your brother's ex just to show up, she not just gonna show up without an invite.
Right.
So I felt like she probably did things to get her goat and all that stuff. So, but girl, what about?
So
Go
go ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I was gonna say the mom. So Andre's mom. Andre's mom was interesting to me because she seemed like she was talking like cautiously. She seemed like she didn't want to say how she really felt about Left Eye. But you could tell that at that time she also felt like this relationship, could be kind of dangerous. It was great, they had. So we hear stories from people that their relationship was tumultuous. They used to have public fights, and they had fights in the house when people was there. They had fights at the club that people saw and shit like that. So being that he had just signed or whatever, of course his mom is gonna feel like, hey, this is not what you should be doing at this time of your career. You know what I mean? Like this is bringing a bad light to your career or whatever. And again, understandable. Like if my son just signed a multi-million-dollar contract, I wouldn't, even if it was a friend. Let's say it wasn't a relationship, but like a friendship. Let's say he had a friend that was like crazy and was like always getting into shit, and now it's kind of marring his reputation or whatever. So I feel like the mom also had, legitimate concerns about their relationship. But the mother, I kind of respected her opinion on it more because she wasn't necessarily trying to badmouth Lisa. You know what I mean? She was just saying like, "Yo, this is what it is." They were young. Their relationship was kind of crazy, and unfortunately, it just took a few bad turns. You know what I mean?
I felt like his mom was I ain't gonna say no devout Christian or nothing like that, but I felt like his mom was a good old fashioned woman. Like it's certain things you don't speak on, And
Yeah.
I felt like she didn't want to speak ill of the dead. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that could be a reason why but I really felt like she told her truth. I don't think she held back though. She don't give me the energy. She didn't give me the energy like I really wanted to talk bad about Lisa. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah.
She really cared about her. She knows her son loved her, and in her mind, my son loves her. So I'm gonna love her and respect her. Until my son doesn't love her, till my son doesn't respect her, that's the type of mama she gave me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She ain't no like scrappy mama cussing all the girlfriends, calling them all kinds of names. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's the mama she gave me. She loved her son, and if her son was happy and this is what he wanted to do, she was rocking with the son. And rocking with the son
Right.
means rocking with left eye.
So, speaking of the son, so how did you feel about how Andre's versions of everything that happened and like how he was telling us, like giving us the story?
I liked Andre's accounts. I like how he told the story. He told the truth, and like I said, like when we was talking before we went live, he told his
Mm-hmm.
truth, even if it didn't make him look good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for this man to come on this show and tell the world how he truly felt about Lisa, because a lot of men don't even do that right now. It's
Right.
a lot of men out here in love with whoever they in love with, but they ain't man. You ain't man enough. You know what I'm saying? This man didn't care. He wanted to stay on top of the tallest mountain in the world. Tell everybody he loved that girl. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I appreciate it. So I love, but some of the stuff he told shocked me because that's not what we heard. But it wasn't meant for us to hear. Some that stuff was between this party, that party, and that party. But now, like you said, some of these parties ain't here no more. Now we hearing everything, and I believe it. Even though they're not here to speak on it, I believe it because they're too similar between Andre's family and Lisa's family. It's too similar, those stories. So
Right. Yeah, for me the same. One thing I appreciated was the fact that he it's not like he agreed to do this to badmouth. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he agreed to do this to like make himself, look better, in the situation or like whatever we had heard or whatever like that. In the beginning, he comes on and he was just like, look, the reason why I'm doing this is because, the truth needs to be told after all this time. So I assumed that he was going to be telling us like, it was all her fault. She was crazy. Da, 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 da. And it was the complete opposite. Like his version was like, we were both crazy. Like we were both young. Some of the shit I deserved. Like I did things to like set her off, and he was like, but that was like the love of my life. I still love her. Whatever the case may be. So I definitely appreciated that part. Hearing his side of the story because I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, listen, because I'm gonna tell you what listen. Let me get my life. Let me tell you what I hear. Right, what I heard, it was all left eye. Everything was on left eye. She was the troublemaker. She burning down houses. She's beating him up. So I felt like he did this for her.
Yeah. Yep.
I really did. Because the truth needed to be told. And from what I heard when I was coming up, she was the rotten apple, the bad seed in the relationship. He was just the innocent guy who was so head over heels in love with her. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't do no
Yeah.
wrong. So I'm glad. I felt like he really did it for her. Yeah.
I agree with you 100% on it. Like I said, he had said in the beginning that like I'm doing this because the truth needs to come out, and I think the truth was that like he was trying to clear up some of the bad things that we have heard about her, and like let us know that like those things happened, but it wasn't all her fault. One of the things I learned was that they had some type of altercation or whatever before the one that we heard about. Well, I heard about where she had burnt some shit in the house before, like not that long, before that shit happened. Like she had did it
Never heard
a
that
few
story.
weeks or something like that before, and like he forgave her for that. Like that happened. They got the bathroom fixed and they went about their merry way. You know what I'm saying? So
got it restored.
that was interesting for me to find out because it's like that's almost like that was you know how there's like signs. There's like signs when you're in a relationship with somebody and they don't necessarily know how to like control their anger maybe or like communicate. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been in situations where I've been with somebody and they just didn't know how to talk, how to communicate. And so shit got blown up, like walls got punched, doors got kicked in, stuff like that because the person just doesn't know how to like talk. You know what I'm saying? What you got going on?
Girl, I scared my damn stuff. You see me jump.
Let me take this time right now to thank everybody that has tuned in since me and Jackie have been talking. What we're doing right now is just giving a quick review of Hopelessly in Love. It's a series on Lifetime, and the one that we're discussing is Lisa Left Eye Lopez and Andre Rison. Ozell M, what's good? Thank you for tuning in. Hendrix, what's good? Thank you for tuning in.
Hey everybody.
So it was interesting to hear that. I had never knew that before.
Right, because all we heard about was the big one, that that took everything down. But are we gonna talk about the accounts that led up to that, or?
Yeah, so go ahead. We can start talking about that now because that's kind of like what the sister was trying to tell us, right? Because she has said she was there, I guess, when the first incident happened, and she was saying from this time, like that should have been, you know, an eye opener for him or whatever.
Exactly. Even the mom said that too. The mom said it too. The mom said you should have seen something when she set that first fire or what have you. But you know, now we're here. But the thing was, by the time of this relationship, they was really on again, off again, kind of, sort of, at this point in time. So, from what it was being told to us, Lisa wanted to make him feel how he was making her feel. Like he was going out, coming in all times in the morning, all this stuff. And she didn't go out because she knew he was going to react some type of way, so she didn't want to disrespect him. But she said, forget it that night, honey. I'm calling the girls. We going out partying. So when he come in and he don't see me there, he going to be mad. Listen, called the girls. They went out. They partied. They pull up. Him not home. Lisa was pissed, right? So he pulls up maybe like 5 minutes later or something or whatever. But at the end of the day, y'all, big old heated disturbance happened. She busted up a lot of his vehicle windows and stuff. And they went up in the house and they had like a little altercation inside the house because somebody else was with Lisa and he tried to get in the room, but Andre's homies wouldn't let him in. I don't know if it was.
I think it was her sister. I think her sister is the one that's telling us. Lisa's sister is the one that's telling us this part of the story.
Yeah, so they couldn't get it. You know, the person couldn't get in the room to make sure everybody was okay. But at the end of the day, honey, Lisa said, "Fuck this shit. I'm burning everything."
So we don't know if something physical happened. I want to say like the sister, in my opinion, was trying to allude to that.
Yeah, because she said she had marks on. You know what I'm saying? She said Lisa had like, you know, little marks or whatever on her face, but it.
She also said that she, you know, they were upstairs or whatever, and she heard like tussling.
Yes.
She said she heard things
Glass
being broken, like, you know,
she
tussling around the room and stuff. You know, a lamp or whatever might fall, stuff like that. So that's what she was trying to allude to.
Yeah. So with all that being said, we just gonna skip forward to the glorious moment. She just threw everything in this tub, and she lit it up. She lit it on fire. It was Lisa and her sister in that bathroom. They in the bathroom watching it. They thinking the fire is going to kind of like, you know, do like it did before when she first set that thing up. They said the damn shit just kept getting bigger and bigger, and it went up to the ceiling. But this is what the problem was. Lisa said, what came out was the first fire, when they restored it, they didn't put the marble back. They didn't do the marble bathroom walls and all that stuff. Whatever they used, probably some kind of plastic type, whatever, you know. Yeah. But anyway, whatever that material was, it said it just snowballed into the biggest fire ever. We all know what happened. The house burnt down. So anyway, Lisa's sister was saying that Andre's homies started busting up other people's property, like the friends that went out with Lisa and stuff. They was busting up their cars and stuff. So she was saying she pulled around or whatever so she can go get Lisa, and she didn't want her car to get jacked up. So they got in the car, they left, they driving. They said they actually seen Andre walking away from the home as it's burning down, but they never stopped. Lisa never saw him. They never said nothing to Lisa about, hey, there go Andre. They just kept going. All right, so now.
So pause right there, Jackie. I don't know if you're about to go to this, but I don't want you to skip it.
Okay.
I'm gonna just say it real quick. So as he's telling his version of this, he tells us that he's upset at this point or worried at this point because he doesn't see Lisa.
Yes.
He doesn't. She left, so he doesn't know where she is. And what struck me the most about that is he was saying like he was scared because he knew that she didn't mean to do that, right? And not only that, but like shit was way out of control now, and she's definitely gonna get in trouble now. Like this is not something that they could just push to the side like they did the last time, and maybe only the people that was in the house would know about it. Like everybody's gonna know about this now, right?
Yeah.
So he said he was so worried. Or I think his sister was, I don't know, either he or his sister was saying that he was so concerned that he started to they say he was walking, but then didn't he say also that like he had went to like hospitals or like something to find her?
They said he was walking to clear his head, So once he finally, got back and realized Lisa was gone, they said the man was searching high and low for Lisa. He called and he got on his motorcycle, and he don't do no motorcycle. Got on the motorcycle, went to every precinct to find out where she was, and somewhere he was just going all over the place trying to find Lisa. And everybody's like, "What the hell are you doing? She burned down your house, blah blah blah. What you want?" He don't care. He loved her. He didn't care. He loved her.
That's what I'm saying. So that's one of the things that like. Throughout this whole thing just really like stuck with me is the simple fact that no matter how crazy shit got, like he still loves her. He still like was trying to protect her from getting in trouble. He was trying to protect her from his family, obviously from law enforcement. And I think that was the time where he said like, it's kind of my fault, the reason why she went off. You know what I mean? Like y'all can think whatever y'all want to think about this, but it's my fault, or at least not my fault, but like there's a reason why she went off like this. Right. Like she didn't just go off like this for no reason. You know what I mean?
Y'all, it's a lot of backstory in this documentary. Y'all really need to go check out this "Hopelessly in Love," the Lisa Left Eye Lopez story and Andre Rison, because like we both saying, there's a lot of stuff that we learned that this was not put out there in the tabloids or nothing. This is the family giving all this information after the fact, and it's like we all the way up to this fire now, and of course we already know how the outcome came. Lisa was found guilty. She had to go away to this facility for like 3 months, etc., etc., etc. But listen. We have not touched the surface on this Tupac, baby. That's a whole nother.
So get to that. You want to talk about that? Because I was really confused about that.
Okay, so like when Andre. Okay, so remember that night when he said she had told him she's going out, but a car's picking her up, and he's like, "What the fuck, car picking you up for? Because we got all these cars in here. Like you can go drive yourself or whatever." So anyway, he was like, something said go down there, and so Tupac was in the car in the back. So she goes off with Tupac and hangs out, and that's when she actually first caught him with another woman. Remember, she said because she ended up coming home not too long after.
Oh, right.
And she caught him in the crib with another chick and all that stuff. And I want to say that's around the time she set the first fire. The first fire. So anyway, so this Tupac story is crazy because Tupac knew Andre, but Andre didn't know Tupac knew Left Eye. They already knew each other. So when they bumped into each other at that club, Tupac was there at that club. You know what I'm saying? When he met Left Eye. But as the story goes on, this is what was said, people. Left Eyes people swear up and down they never had a sexual relationship. It was said from pretty much day one. Don't ever let me sleep with you. Isn't that what they said? Pac said. Don't ever let me sleep with you. But the thing is, this is all they kept saying through the whole thing. They were soul mates. But she was in love with Andre. And it was like, it won't gonna never be no Tupac and Left Eye as long as Andre was in this picture, regardless. And then it's baffling me because we never heard about this at all till now. They held on to this. They held on to this for a long time. So at the end of the day, Andre thought they were messing around. Andre thought they were sexual. They was, because she ended up moving in with Tupac. Same way she was living with Andre, she ended up packing up her stuff. I'm telling you, remember that part?
Wait, did I miss that part?
Yes, because remember when they said that somebody said the first time they walked into Tupac's crib, it looked just like Andre's crib because she had decorated it.
Oh, that's right, because she was decorating.
Yeah, so, but they weren't never physical. The best friend, remember her best friend?
Yeah.
Her best friend was telling that story. So, but everybody swear up and down they was not together like that. And I don't know, the story just so interesting to me because, goes to show you, I guess you could be in love with two people at the same time. I don't know. It's just.
I mean, that happens. It can happen.
You know what I'm more shocked about? That we ain't know nothing about it till now.
Yeah, true.
That's why I don't even know what to say about it. Y'all just gotta watch this story for yourselves. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. I feel some type of way because I ain't know. Like I'm supposed to know. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm supposed to know. But through all that Tupac history, they still managed to keep it together. On and off. They was even supposed to get married at one point. But it didn't happen.
Right.
I don't know why. So, what was it that did it for Andre? Something did it for Andre. For him to, you know what I'm saying? For her to end up, I ain't even gonna talk. Girl.
Jackie.
Yo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me fine?
Huh?
You can hear me fine?
You're lower now than you was before.
Okay. How about now?
Keep talking. Huh?
Is that any better? You can't hear me because you're saying, huh?
I mean, I can hear you, but I know the audience probably ain't gonna really hear you.
Oh, God. Okay.
What'd you do different?
I don't know. I've been touching and whatnot. I don't know what happened.
That is too weird. But, okay, so they was never really done with each other. But there was a period where, everybody thought they weren't together, but they was really still interacting with each other and stuff. And then what was that part where he seen her at the club and it was like, you want to let her in, and he said no.
Right. So I think the part that we're skipping is like when they broke up or whatever, and he ended up being friends with Suge Knight.
Okay.
Being friends with Suge Knight, and I don't know if he heard or he just had a feeling that they were sleeping together. So, I
don't know how he found out because it wasn't really told how he found out. All he know was it was, when he found out, that's when he said he was done because it was like, how you with Pop, because in his mind she was still with Pop, and then you with Suge, and he said that's when he was done. But really, he won't really done. You know what I'm saying? Not for real, because he still loved her.
Yeah, he did.
Because when she passed away, he said that's my wife.
Right.
He said okay, I don't know what you just did, but now the volume is here.
I'm going crazy. So Yeah, so basically that's when he was like over her. When he found out or heard or whatever the case may be about the relationship that she started to have with Suge. And I just wanted like how you go from first of all, I meant to say this before. How many people were in love with Tupac? Because then we found out later on that him and Jada Pinkett was like also in love with each other.
Now I think
Now I know that's a sidebar. I'm just saying that's what I was thinking. Like when I heard that story about them.
I think the people put that out there that her and Tupac were soulmates. Did Jada say they were soulmates?
I don't
remember. Well, let's just put it like this: if you can have more than one soulmate,
you think so?
Okay, so the common denominator is Tupac. Now, did Tupac say he was Left Eye soulmate? Did he say he was Jada's soulmate? They're saying that Tupac was their soulmate. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, but yes, you can have multiple different multiple soulmates. I don't know.
Okay, but so yeah, so like we saying, she left Andre. You know, they had a break or whatever, and she did the same thing that we've heard that she's done before. Moved in immediately with Suge, which I don't see how anybody could think that was a good idea. I mean, it's not like by that time stories weren't out about him already. GF journalist, what's good? Thanks for tuning in.
I don't believe Suge.
You know,
because let me be. I don't believe him. Now I might need protection after this, but I don't believe him because
broadcast.
Yeah, look. All this shit is allegedly. Don't come for me. Allegedly. So my thing is, Suge gives me the type of person that would have been told that story. That's what he gives me. So they go to the jailhouse where he's at and they interview him, and he tells his accounts, right? And I'm just like, so I just feel like he's lying because I felt like if he had that,
about what part though?
I felt like he did. I felt like he ain't sleep with no Left Eye. I felt like Left Eye just came there and she did move in, but I don't feel like she slept with him.
I could believe that. Because I actually believe that more than anything.
Because this is why I feel like she ain't sleep with him, because she was going on a different path of spirituality and all that stuff, and she was just figuring things out for herself with her music and wanted to. You know what she was saying? Because she felt like she couldn't express herself with TLC, so she needed to do her own thing. I don't feel like Left Eye did that, because as much as she loved Tupac and as much as she loved Andre, and here's the thing, she knew Tupac before she knew Andre. Bottom line. Right. So I just don't feel like she would have did that to Pac or Andre. And Suge. And now, don't get me wrong. I ain't talking. Somebody look. So he is appealing to somebody. Okay, that's all. I'm just gonna leave it at that. It ain't got nothing to do with no size or nothing. Cause Suge personality, no, it's a no for Jackie. It's a no. I feel like he's lying because I felt like he would have told this story way sooner than now. And don't say, oh, because don't nobody ask me. Don't nobody need to ask you nothing, Suge. You be telling everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with you on that. At the same time, I felt like maybe she just felt kind of desperate at the time, you know what I'm saying, to like get out her situation or get into a new situation that she felt like would benefit her. But I remember vividly, like back when this happened, feeling like, why him? Like, why get on that label? You know what I'm saying? Like, how is that beneficial to you, like at all? You know, of all people.
Okay, so let's clear that up. She said because she knew that him and Pac were close. So that's why she went with Suge. Now, you know how she feel about Pac. So in her mind, she's going to deal with this person because she feels like she's going to be okay. She's going to be respected because they know how she was with Pac, how she felt with Pac, and they won't. They're not going to disrespect her, and she can trust them as much as Pac trusted those people. You see what I'm saying? So if she did lay down with this man, I felt like he took advantage of her, took advantage of that damaged spirit, that damaged soul, because she lost she lost 2 people that meant a great deal to her. You know what I'm saying? At that time. But I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe it.
Yeah, I don't necessarily want to believe it either. So let's stick with that. Let's just say that we don't believe that happened. Yes, she did, go to him for a business decision or whatever, but I don't necessarily believe that they slept together. And I don't believe that she slept with Tupac either.
Yeah, I don't
So that was
I
one
don't
of the
believe she slept with
things
Tupac
that.
either.
Yeah, that was one of the things that Andre just kind of couldn't get over. But I understood his point. I understood like how he felt and why he felt that way because they were so close, and he felt like he knew that she loves him, and they had many chances. They had many chances to do it if they so wanted to. So I could understand him being insecure about that. I didn't know that. They were engaged and had a date planned and all that, but she was the one that kind of backed out of the engagement.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
And like interesting to me because again, it's like he still wanted her. I mean, even after all of this, like he still wanted to be with her. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just thinking, like, damn, if I fucking set somebody's house on fire. I've done some crazy shit.
You said you have done some crazy shit?
I am not trying to act like I am above any of this. Like, I've done some wild stuff. And maybe it just didn't get to the point where.
I remember when you and your old co-host Avery was telling the story on on Podcast Queens. I don't know who was the one busting out the windows, but all I know is somebody said something about busting out windows in somebody's car.
I've done that. I've keyed cars. I've showed up to jobs. I've bleached clothes. I've done a lot of stuff.
What? Nicole, oh Lord, you don't give me that, Nicole. You don't give me that energy. You don't give me that. You're so sweet and nice.
See, the thing with me is that, like, I'm super passionate. Like, I'm super passionate, right? And like, it's the corny, and I hate when people say it, but I do. Like, I love hard. Like, when I fall in love with somebody, like, I fall deep. You know what I'm saying? And like, I give that person my all. And like, everything is good until you like lie to me or play me or
it's something.
And something inside of me just feels like you're trying to play me because you think I won't do this, and I just go.
I'm just saying.
Ballistic. So I said all that to say, it's not like I don't understand where she was at, how something like that could happen. I'm just wondering. I guess that's a stupid question because I've done some stupid shit, and they always took me back. They always took me back. It was never no hesitation. It was just like, yo, you crazy. I don't know why you did that, but I still love you. And
that girl really loved me. That girl really loved me. Sure do. She loved the hell out of me. Sure do.
She's crazy, but I love her.
Yeah, she crazy. But now, guys, like we said, there's so much more. There's so many layers to this story. Y'all got to go check it out for yourselves. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, he ends up marrying a woman.
Yes. So we got about 5 more minutes. So let's go ahead and wrap it up. Yeah. So at the end of it. They do show like the last footage of Lisa when she was in Honduras, and I didn't know one of the things that they told us was that a few days before that she was in a car accident where the driver actually hit somebody. So that happened the same weekend or whatever that she was there in Honduras. I thought that was crazy. So they tell us that, and then like a few days later. There's a car accident again.
You got to hear the part about her mom too. Y'all just pay attention to check out the stuff that her mom says, like with her and Lisa's talks, and she felt like demons was chasing her. All that stuff. Just Shit, that shit wild. But yeah.
Yeah, it got really deep. It got really good. It told us, a lot of things that we didn't know. So they go into that part about, her last, the last footage of her. Her sister was there with her, which I didn't know.
I didn't know that
So
either.
she's telling her version, of the things that happened, and Andre is telling his version of like what where he was at when he found out about it, how devastated he was, how he was still feeling like, damn, like that's my wife, you know what I mean? Like his whole world was like messed up. And then that's it. And then they kind of move forward to like, present times where he has gotten married again.
Yeah, and he
to
met
somebody
he
else.
met up with Lisa's family after how many years that he hadn't seen Lisa's family? Oh, since the funeral.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And the crazy part is, y'all, this blew my mind. He is married to a woman named Lisa Lopez.
Lisa Lopez. It's spelled a little different, but still Lisa Lopez. I think
to me that is so strange.
I think the wife spells hers with an S, and Lisa
she spells it like most Hispanic people do, with the Z on the end.
Yeah, I was like, what? Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
It's not crazy. It's just, what's the word I'm looking for? Ironic? I don't know, but what are the odds? For real. Yeah. What are the odds? But maybe that's them being together at the end of the day.
So, okay. So then they they show how he meets up with Lisa's family, which, like you said, Becky, he hadn't seen since the funeral. And it looked like there was a little bit of hesitation on the mom's part with him. But they sat down, they talked or whatever, and I guess it's giving us the impression that they're still at least on speaking terms.
Yeah.
Today.
I don't know. I didn't peep the hesitation. Maybe I have to watch it again. Third one's a charm, but yeah. I think after maybe the initial 5-10 minutes, I think everybody warmed up and they were just sitting there like it was an old family reunion or something, and just sitting there talking and everything. So,
right.
But I get where you said that hesitation, because the mom didn't really know much what was going on in his life, but the sisters and the cousin knew, like they was keeping up with Andre, even though they hadn't been talking to him, because the mom was like, he did what? He married somebody named, because she didn't know he married somebody named Lisa. So, yeah.
Right.
I could dig it. I could see that. Yeah.
But what are your overall thoughts of the show?
My overall thoughts was, it's a very good show. It's a very good watch. Watch it. You're going to learn a lot that we had no clue about. And I want to say it's probably one of the most honest documentaries I've seen in a long time. Yeah. And just check out that whole series. They got like 3 episodes.
So that was the next thing. Well, yeah, so I agree with you on that. I thought it was done very well. I thought it was very tasteful. Honest. Yeah, it was done tasteful. I thought it was very honest. Hey, BJ, how you doing? BJ, I swear to God. BJ always tune in when we about to come off of here.
BJ, anyway, you see my
face? So yes, I thought it was done very tasteful. I learned things that I hadn't known before, but that's the purpose of watching these documentaries, right? And to get, other sides. I appreciated the fact that Andre kept it real. He told his version of it, but he wasn't trying to slander her. You still felt the passion that he has and love that he has for her. Like that was coming through. Like it was really coming through. That that was, to me, I felt like regardless of what, like that was the love of his life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I enjoyed watching it. Hey, BJ. And yeah, so it's the series, which I think we should do next if you're up to it.
The Biggie one
with Biggie and Faith.
Girl,
I watched that one, and there was some stuff I didn't know either
about the Little Kim situation.
No, I knew some of that, but it was some other stuff like I didn't really know.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it'll be interesting if you want to do that.
Yeah, because girl, I was like, what? So if y'all ain't watching this, y'all need to get up on it. Hopelessly in Love, Lifetime. Hit me up. I got a story for you. I'm hopelessly in love. You know what I'm saying? I've been there. I've been hopelessly in love. Holler at your girl.
So I was gonna say, we're about to wrap up. We're about to end this, but let us know if you guys have ever been hopelessly in love. Have you ever been in a situation where shit just got ridiculous and like you was totally in love with the person, but like maybe that person just was not the right person for you, or shit was just getting too hectic. Like I already shared with you guys that I've been in situations where it was just really really hectic. But like I know that I love this person, but we were just not meant to be.
I too have busted windows. I too have keyed car. I too tried to fuck a nigga up. So just saying. But
It happens.
I am peaceful now, people. I was in my damn 20s. You know what I'm saying? So a little fire and desire shit going on. You know.
It's been a while. I'll say that.
Yeah. Well, listen, the last time I acted a goddamn fool was with the most recent ex. I had every right to act the fucking fool though, but I didn't hurt nobody. I just literally had a way to exhale moment, and I gathered all his stuff, put it in my car, drove it to his people's house, and just threw all this shit out. It didn't even make it to the yard. It was just in the fucking street. I drove off. I heard these bottles clanking. Cause he was driving my car. You driving my whip. Ain't no God knows who's been in the fucking whip. You know what I'm saying? But it's a 6-pack of Heineken back there. Man, I drove all the way back just to dump all that Heineken all over them clothes and stuff. Come to find out, the in-laws called me. They was like, "Lord, Jackie." The people thought we was having a yard sale. They started walking up and asking. Well, how much is this shirt for?
Stupid.
I'm dead ass serious. Don't How much is this shirt for? Girl, I got a story on the story, but y'all know I'm so extra. But it's the truth, though. But anyway, guys, me and Nicole appreciate y'all hanging with us. Whoever's watching this replay, thank you. Catch us next week. We'll be back at our regular time, regular day schedule. We just wanted to do this bonus episode because we thought it was, something good and something noteworthy to speak about. So yeah.
Yeah. Also, if you guys like these bonus episodes, or if you are a long time viewer of the show, Jackie and I used to do reviews of series, like different series. Sometimes we do reviews of songs.
I can't wait.
Yeah. So if you guys want us to return, to do those, have some bonus episodes every now and then. We were gone so long. I felt like you guys deserve just some bonus material.
Yeah, just some bonus stuff.
Yeah. So that's why we wanted to do this. If you like it, if you appreciate it, let us know. If there's anything that you guys want us to talk about or tackle next week, let us know. We'll be back. Tech was good. We'll be back, like Jackie said, this same time, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. That's our new time. For those of you that just tuning in for the first time tonight, we've changed our time. So we're on now on Wednesdays. Also, you can watch us on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and Twitter.
Yep.
Yeah. So follow me. You can see my handle there. It's the same on Instagram. I'm Nicole Banks on Facebook. Also, make sure you follow the Let's Keep It 100 page on YouTube and Periscope.
And Instagram. And Facebook. We everywhere, y'all. We freaking everywhere. Follow us on all social media platforms: YouTube, Periscope, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'm just Jackie. Hey, I'm the beautiful co-host. Hey. Y'all can follow me. Y'all see my handle. I'm _just_Jackie. And yeah, we're gonna be back in a week. Text said we everywhere. Show Liz. So whoever's watching in YouTube land, Periscope land, Facebook land, welcome Facebook people, because you guys are brand new. This is our first live feed streaming to Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. So welcome to Let's Keep It 100. He said MySpace. I'm done. I'm so done. I'm so done with that. But yeah, you guys definitely catch the replay. Let us know, Black Planet. Let us know what you think. And
now, Black Planet was the shit now.
I never was. Listen, just had this conversation on Twitter. I was never on Black Planet. I was never on what's that other one that before
MySpace?
Black? No, I was on MySpace, but I I won't pulling no men on MySpace. I was just there. I didn't know MySpace was a dating app, you know. I was like, look, let's talk about your top 8 getting you in trouble. My top 8 ain't do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my top 8 used to get me in trouble. And then for some reason, my ex-husband used to follow me on there. And it was just...
I'm done. I'm mad you know about the top 8. I'm done. I ain't even know about the top 8. It's a wrap. No, but guys, come on back. Catch the replay. And show me and Nicole plenty of love. Make sure you give us hearts. Make sure you retweet. Make sure you like. Go subscribe to YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, Instagram. Look, we on every platform. So whatever you don't like, we got something that you like. Okay.
Hey, that's it. It's an air right there. Right there.
You got that? I'm done. I love you guys.
Get off of here. We are out, y'all. If you want us to talk about anything, send us show topics to the email that you can see right there.
At the top of the screen.
@gmail.com. We appreciate you guys as always for tuning in to Jackie and I Shenanigans. Hope you appreciated this bonus episode, and we'll see you guys next week. Hey.